Hi, it's Toby from Touristic Technologies again. Um, as you can see, we are still on PLC Next with Phoenix Contact. So, with that in mind, let's take a look at some of the things I have figured out recently. Alright, so for instance, if I want the variables to show up in NodeRed, I have to declare them locally in my program. And right now my program is called IO processing, and it's in the programs tab. And these are my variables. So I got external, locals, and instance. So if you have a local variable, you have to click on HMI. If you have a different type as far as the usage, just keep in mind they give you a lot of options here: name, type, usage, translate, comment, init, retain, constant, OPC, HMI, Property Cloud, IQ. There's all kinds of stuff going on, so you've got plenty of I don't know availability to either screw it up or make it really creative. So I tried a couple of them because I wanted to understand how I should declare. So keep that in mind. I'm in the IO processing. This is the variable. These are my variable declarations. And I'm running some basic logic. Let's see if it'll go online, because I screwed around with it a minute ago before coming on. It looks like it will. So I really don't have to change those, that way I don't mess with something. Because I was demoing how to add programs here. Because you can have a program type, and then you add it when you declare a program. Here, like if I put a program under cyclic, I could say program 1, and then I could tell it what type of program I want it to be. So then that way you can segregate functionality, your actual function blocks, your UDT stuff. Like for instance, these are declared as like a UDT underneath this data type. Anyway, there's a lot of versatility here. But for now, what we have is just this basic IO here. And what I did was take all of these that are external, and in order to get them to show up in NodeRed, you have to come over here to the HMI web server and stick them in the data list. And if you note, the difference is between the types, and then it's something to pay attention to. So these guys are read-only. They are associated with physical inputs. This changes based on the physical input, and he's a global, but he also has to write to a physical input. And then this is just an instance, right? And then my local has the HMI clicked on the local side where the program is. Let's see if it'll let me get over there, which it will, which is right here. So HMI, and then test 3, and then that's local. So all of these instances will show up in NodeRed. How do I know? Well, if I decrease this, and I go over here and look at my NodeRed, I can pull up all my objects. Delete that. Alright, so we right now are just looking at debug 3, and that should just show everybody. And as you can see, I've only got 2 of my inputs on, so I'm going to turn on the other 2 inputs. So that would put 0, 1, 2, and 3 on. And in this case, looks like I have to have 4, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that makes 5 inputs that have to be on for my little output to come on. My output is on my PLC right now, so if I toggle this again, we should have a change in state. So we got true, 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 true. Bing. Output 0 is on. So that tests out, because that matches up with what the code is over here. I don't know why it won't like show it to me, but that's another thing. No, I don't want to do that. Alright. And let's turn it on. No. That's one thing I'm still working on. Checksum. No, I don't want to continue. Alright, I don't want to do that. So I just wanted to run, but I wanted to be able to debug. But because I have some changes that are in there, it's not going to let me debug right now, because if you have a mismatch between this PLC and that PLC, as far as online and offline, then it won't. It says that you may have a debug issue, so it warns you on that. So instead of trying to push it, I'll just, I mean, we can all see that I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 inputs on, and all of them are working. Like, I'll turn off the 5th input, so I guess I only have to have 4 of them on. And if we do this again, we should be able to see it. Yeah, so that guy's off. The rest of them are on. That's still true. So that matches the code that's in the PLC. So, anyway, long story short is I am talking computer, PLC next to NodeRed. And the NodeRed is on the PLC next processor and not on my computer. So I have been successful in setting that up. Then I should be able to go on and look at C++ and Python. And then I'm thinking about doing a PackML type demonstration based on learning. I think if you do a PackML exercise, even if you never use it, I think you figure out how the architecture works, as far as in the IDE, you know, as far as how all of their structures are set up, as far as creating your own data types, doing your function blocks, and then your different programs. So you can create a program template for a machine system, and then have these as templates, so that if you built, you know, at that point you could create a library, and then if you built another one, people could follow suit. So that's where I'm at. The other thing that crossed my mind was like, okay, well, if the HMI server talks to NodeRed, etc., because I'm assuming that this is also going to talk to anything external, then it's almost like, I don't know. I mean, you have more than one option. So right now you've got 2. And there's more than this, because you can put Grafana on here. So essentially you could have 3 HMI types with this platform. Chances of you using all 3 of those, I don't know, but it gives you the versatility. So, alright, thanks for watching. Hope you had a good weekend. Ciao!